was weird. We got this new puppy, American Bulldog, and now everything that we have is chewed up. Anyway, now she's on the move. This is my review of Molto Dolce from Sutliff Private Stock. I've been smoking this exclusively for about 3 or 4 weeks, and so I'm actually quite impressed. I'm not particularly in the market for a blend like this, but for what it is, I think it does a fantastic job. Right off the bat, I only have 3, and I guess they're minor, but I have 3 negative comments about this blend, and that's it, just 3. The first is that this particular blend of tobacco will ghost the crap out of your pipe, so know that. About smoke number 4 or so, I went to CVS and picked up one of these, and you know, they kind of impart a corn type flavor for the next 4 or 5 smokes. So at around smoke 10, I was back to normal. Yeah, you should know that. Number 2 is I tend to retrohale, and so when you do that with this blend, it's interesting. This is one of those blends. Like, I don't know if you've ever had McBaron's Vanilla Cream Flake, but the casing on that is so prudent. It doesn't seem like it when you look at that flake. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's just coated in something, but or maybe not prudent. That's the wrong word. Pungent is the word I'm looking for, or just intense. Like it's like you don't have to retrohale, and with this stuff you don't have to retrohale. The flavor is just in your mouth. It's on your tongue as soon as you start smoking it. The smoke is very sweet when it comes out, and you get this like resident craft caramel cubes is what it tastes like you know, that your mom used to make cookies with and stuff, those little square cubes. You know, you sneak in the kitchen and you grab one of those and you eat it. That's the flavor that comes off the smoke, is those baking caramel cubes. But the reason the negative comment I have is when I retrohale this stuff, I typically get kind of this chemical, kind of Aquanet flavor off the tobacco. Not while I'm pulling it in my mouth so much. Maybe when there was a couple of trials I had where I smoked it very, very hard, which, by the way, I cannot believe that a tobacco that has such a pungent flavor does not, you know, I don't know if it's artificial flavor or not. I'm not going to say that, but flavoring, you know, instead of just tobacco, but because there are some very strong flavored tobaccos. But one that's flavored this heavily that doesn't burn your tongue when you smoke it strongly. Now, I didn't mow the yard or do something that's guaranteed tongue bite. I mean, you can smoke a e-cigarette and you're mowing the yard and you can burn your tongue. But I don't know that you could do that. But I mean, that's when you really want to test out tongue bite, you know, if you wanted to take it to the limit. But I did smoke it very fast. I started paced out. It took me 45 minutes or so to finish a smaller bowl. And then I sped it up just to see how hot I could get it without burning myself, and I couldn't burn myself. So, you know, kudos to Sutliff for that, because that's incredible. So those 2 things are a negative: ghosts, chemical smell on a retrohaling, and then I would say the final, and it's not too bad of a negative comment. But I didn't light my pipe yet because I've packed it, but I didn't light it. And this came straight from the tin, okay? I've smoked it straight out of the tin. I've let it air out and smoke it. And this has been sitting here for about 10, 15 minutes or so. But still, I'm sure I'll get the same effect. I'm going to light this thing close to the microphone of this phone and let you hear what it sounds like when you light this stuff up, just to show you how much casing is on this stuff. So here we go. I assume you could hear that crackling. It's pretty bad. And luckily it's cool enough this morning that the air conditioner's not on. So other than that, I may be weird, but the tin note smells nothing like the flavor. The tin note comes off to me as a little perfumey and kind of apricotish. But the flavor of it, though, for real, is very, very caramel. There we go. And like I said, since it's hard to burn your tongue with it, I find that it responds pretty well to deep puffs, short, deep puffs. Keep it lit pretty well. So those are the three negatives. Other than that, it's pretty great. I was, I think yesterday at church, I was in the hallway talking to another pipe smoker who's fairly new, maybe 6 months in, and he's still on that, sugar search. And not only did I find myself recommending this to him, but I also found myself highly recommending this to him. So I've got a few smokes left in the tin. I'll probably give it to him. But that's that's it. Like if you're in the hunt for a bowl full of sugar and you don't mind caramel, then you should certainly give this stuff a try. The room note doesn't seem to be offensive to my wife. I've been smoking it a lot, and she's been around it, and she hadn't made any negative comments, so I assume it goes over pretty well. Yeah, I mean, it's just lots of caramel. I didn't really pick up any traces of any type of tobacco characteristics whatsoever. So, I think it's equivalent to just smoking caramel cubes. And like I said, that's what a lot of people look for, especially new pipe smokers. And this is something that I could recommend to a new pipe smoker, and did recommend to a new pipe smoker. So, I think it really wins out on that. So, Molto Dolce is it means very sweet. So, success in that. For sure. It's kind of a one-note song. There's not a whole lot to say about it. I guess one attribute that you could probably is a benefit is that it has no change in character. So when you light it up, you almost get like a candle intensity of fragrance and flavor. Like when you light a vanilla candle or something, or one of those wacky candles that your wife gets from, wherever, that smells like pumpkins and, I don't know, man. You know what I'm talking about. It's just weird stuff. It's almost like that, like a very incense-heavy, sweet aroma and flavor, but then it doesn't back down at all. I mean, it's just sweet and strong through the entire smoke. If you've smoked McBaron's Vanilla Cream Flake, you know what I'm talking about, except for the fact that McBaron's Vanilla Cream Flake will roast your tongue, intensely roast your tongue. Now, I think probably if you're a brand new smoker and you haven't got your pace down, you could probably burn yourself with this stuff. But it's not going to be the tobacco's fault. That's what I'm saying. And that's where I'm impressed. So much casing that you can hear it crack when you light it. And so much casing that it overpowers the flavors of the vanilla, or of the tobacco, so that all you taste is the vanilla and the caramel throughout the smoke, and it doesn't change. That smoke's cool enough to not burn you. I think that says something about it, you know. It's pretty decent execution for someone who's really looking for sugar. And I think, you know, you can't blame Sutliff for that. I think they got it, they nailed it. You know, if they're going to call a blend very sweet, and they pull it off, and they did pull it off, I think that's a great. I'll say this too. I haven't had a problem with any type of goopiness, even in this pipe. It burns out clean. So that's impressive to me. That much topping. Burns clean, doesn't burn hot. Not really sure how they did that. Maybe that popping noise is some sort of indicator that what they use to flavor this thing with is flammable, or, you know, is consumed by fire. Doesn't leave the residue. Anyway, if that's what you're looking for, man, give it a shot. It is a bowl full of sugar. That's the best way I can describe it. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.